Hey guys, it's Jeff from Team Flyfang here, just doing another deck profile. We just finished up a Goat winner box. Yeah, I'm getting my days mixed up. Anyway, we have Saito here. He won the winner box once again, this time for Goat. So how was the tournament?
Yeah, it was a good tournament. I played sort of Soul Control Monarch type of deck today. I wasn't sure how it would go, but it ended up doing pretty well. There were a few moments where I think I got a bit lucky, but overall I thought the deck was pretty good and the day was really fun.
Nice. Did you play any Chaos Turbo?
I played against one Chaos Turbo.
Yeah, that's
I thought
crazy.
it would be a bad matchup, to be honest, and I think it was a bit of a bad matchup, but it wasn't so bad that I couldn't overcome the matchup by simply sort of outplaying him in some situations.
That's fair. Alright, let's get into the profile.
Alright, so the main section of the monsters revolves around the Monarchs.
Monarchs.
So I'm on 1 Jinzo, 2 Zaborg, and 2 Thestalos. Thestalos is a bit of an underrated Monarch. I personally think it's really good because I'm playing Soul Exchanges. A lot of the time, if I'm tributing my opponent's monster to summon my Monarch, I'm not going to have a monster left to destroy, which means I'll have to normal set the Zaborg.
Yeah.
That happened a few times, so I would consider taking Zaborg out and replacing it with a Mobius. But Thestalos is very good, quite underrated.
Yeah.
Moving on, we have a number of monsters which we play in order to facilitate the summoning of the Monarchs. So, as usual, we play 2 Magician of Faith. However, we're also playing 2 Apprentice Magician. If this is destroyed, we can summon Magician of Faith, which can allow us to have a tribute on our turn. And in addition, because we're playing the Apprentice Magicians, we have 1 Old Vindictive. It works if your Magician of Faith gets knocked, it means you still have a target, and sometimes it's just good to have a different target come off.
It's just like, it's a great 1-for-1.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
And for those that don't know, Sean's actually like a huge pilot in these spellcasters.
Yes.
You might see that deck profile later on.
Hopefully. I play Spellcasting Edison a lot, and I really like the deck, and this package is really important for that deck. Then we also have 2 Gravekeeper Spy. Because it's a big wall and gets another monster, helps you get tributes on your turn, as well as Spirit Reaper just won't die.
Any reason why 2 Spy instead of 3?
So the reason I was playing 2 Spy is because when you've resolved a Spy, drawing 3rd Spy is always going to be dead. I would consider bumping up to a 3rd Spy. I don't think it makes a huge difference either way.
Yeah.
Then we have a few more generic monsters. We got Sinister Serpent. We're playing Metamorphosis, so it works well with that. Sangan, generically good. Breaker. We're playing a few lights and a few darks, but not enough to run a full chaos package, so we're running
just
1
BLS. Yep.
And then I also decided to main deck 1 Kaiku, just because there aren't any other, apart from the Breaker, there's no just level 4 monsters you can just normal summon and be aggressive with.
Yeah.
So it provides a bit of an option for something like that.
Yep, that makes sense.
Spell package is arguably the most important component of the deck. So we're running 3 Soul Exchange.
Yep.
Soul Exchange works with the Monarchs and with the Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis works with Soul Exchange. You can tribute your opponent's monsters, summon extra monsters of all sorts of levels, as well as with Scapegoats and with the Serpents and with the Moths. That's important. And then also to allow us to tribute monsters, we're running 2 Brain Control and a Snatch Steal. And then I decided to main deck 1 Mind Control because I was expecting a lot of decks which were running Flip Effect monsters, and because I am playing Spies, if I happen to take Spy, I can use that Spy.
Yep.
Then, as always, we're running the Trinity and 2 Noblemen of Crossout, 1 MST, 1 Heavy Storm, 1 Premature Burial. And then the trap lineup is pretty small. We do have the 3 Scapegoats, which allow us to stop aggro. So in terms of traps, we're only running 1 Torrential, 1 MST, and 1 Mirror Force and 1 Ring of Destruction, which I thought were just the best 3 generic trap cards.
Yeah, makes sense since you're main decking Jinzo, you don't want to conflict too much of your back row.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there isn't a lot of space to add more trap cards either.
It's actually very surprising. There's no Book of Moon.
No, there's not many good targets because I'm not playing a huge number of Flip Effect monsters.
Yeah.
I would definitely consider running a Book of Moon though.
No, that's fair enough. And
Should I move on to the extra deck?
yeah, absolutely.
The extra deck, like the normal goat format extra decks, is basically just every good monster. Most things are pretty obvious. You need 3,000 dies. The one thing I would recommend, which is something that's going to be a bit different in this particular extra deck to other goat format extra decks, is that you should run multiple level 4s. I made a mistake this time running only the one, because you're running specifically Soul Exchange and Metamorphosis. A lot of decks which tend to run like level 4s like Earth Aggro are going to provide you multiple options to Soul Exchange and Metamorphosis, and if you do that, you are going to want to have multiple level 4s.
Yeah.
So I'd recommend running at least 2. The side deck is a bit unusual. It's not the traditional sort of side deck cards. So for the main decks, we got one Mobius just for back row decks, Kaiku for Gas Turbo, DD Warrior Lady, and Asura Priest for Goat Control. Second, Mind Control for Goat Control, Chaos Turbo sort of decks. We've been seeing a lot of sort of OTK style decks recently, so I decided I would run the one Threatening Roar,
Yeah.
as well as 2 Raigeki Breaks. Raigeki Break is an egg one, but it's also a very generically useful card. So decks like Empty Jar, Library, FTK, something where card advantage isn't that important, I feel like Raigeki Break is really good against, as well as being generic enough that is not only useful against those extremely niche matchups. I'm also running 2 Royal Decree for back row heavy decks, 2 Sakuretsu Armor as a bit of extra back row if we want it, and then 3 Judgment. I actually sided in these a lot more than you would expect. I would side it in against an Empty Jar, Library FTK, those sorts of weird alt Wincon style decks, as well as very aggressive decks, and any deck which is going to commit a lot of resources into a specific play. Dealing with those, trading efficiently with those bottlenecks with the Solemn Judgment is really good against those sorts of decks.
That's fair enough. Alright. Thank you very much for the deck, and we'll look forward to seeing how you do in the Edison winner box.
Thank you.
Alright. Like and subscribe, guys. Bye.